What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rise and Grind. Happy Monday. For people who are pissed off it's Monday, sorry, it's Monday. For people who love getting after it, happy Monday. We are back, baby. We are back.
That was a good intro for anyone who hates Monday.
Well, it's funny because
Wake up.
I was at the coffee shop on the block. Shout out to Batch, fucking doing it. But I was at Batch and like there was just a ton of people in there, and it's funny because it's right on the beach.
Yeah.
So I stood out like a sore thumb. I'm sitting here looking like I should be like going into the city or something, and everyone's like in sandals and flip flops and got like sand between their ass cheeks.
Yeah.
And here I am looking like this. But point is, like, most people like don't like Mondays because they got, starts the work week.
Yep.
But it's crazy how much people work from home now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, why do you not like Mondays if you're working from home? Right.
You know what, though? I think that speaks a lot to like, you really have to love what you do, because it doesn't matter where you do it, whether it's the office, in your home, traveling. If you don't like what you do, you're always going to have that like sinking feeling in your stomach. So find what you love and stick to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question though. So people who say, if you love what you do, you don't work. What is your interpretation of that then?
What do you mean?
Because people are like, if you find what you love and you do what you love, then you don't work a day in your life.
I don't know. I think that it's still work, but it's enjoyable for you, right? Like you should feel driven by it. Right. Like for example, I love what I do here. There are some days where I'm in my flow state and it is not even like I will just get through the day and be like, where did the day go? Like and then there's other days where I'm like, wow, this is a really challenging day for me today. Right. But it doesn't come with the resentment. It comes with more of like motivation of like, okay, wow, that was really challenging. How can I get through it next time? So that's my take on it.
By the way, don't forget to drop the link in the chat. Did you do that already? But yeah, no, I love that because I think like ultimately, like, it's really tough, I think, to find, what it is that you actually enjoy doing. And like most people don't, like some people like already know, like, hey, when I'm young, I want to be X, right?
Yeah.
And they're passionate about it. And I think a lot of times, like, when I started like AS, like I wasn't passionate about like websites and marketing, at the time.
That's true.
But I fell in love with business owners. I fell in love with like the the people that work here and, and the process and like growing and like, so I think it's like not everything. I'm saying this to say, because like a lot of people think like, oh, well, you just wake up one day and you love what you do, or you figure out what you want to do. And most people go their whole lives and they don't know until later in life sometimes.
Yeah. That's true too. I mean, that's because there's so many different niches, or it's like the way that you go about your day as well. Like you can have two people that are in the exact same profession and their days look completely different. One might really love their job, one might really hate it because of the way that they set up their day or their week. So totally. It's a formula. You just got to figure it out.
Yeah. It's like what works for you. Right?
Yeah.
And I think like figuring that out. I was having a conversation actually with my brother-in-law, and we were talking about, because like he's starting his own like electrical company. And it's like when you're like starting from the beginning, right? Like it's like that's where you really should be like planning and thinking about everything that you want in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like setting yourself up, like what type of lifestyle do you want? Like what are you trying to do? Like running a business has a lot of perks, but nobody looks at the behind the scenes bullshit. And that's why actually today our podcast is dropping with Nick from Talkaholics, which I'm really pumped about. Shout out to Nick D'Angelo and the Talkaholics team. But he talked about it and how like with Talkaholics, like they went through fucking hell and back, struggling, to open stores, close stores. And COVID really, really was tough for them. So with that said, I mean, bottom line is like, for people who are not loving Mondays, you should figure that out, because when you think about it, in the world that we are living in right now versus the world that we're going to live in the future, with AI being a lot more involved and stuff, and like taking away a lot of the repetitive data-driven jobs, it's like, I think purpose is really important. And if you don't know what your purpose is yet, obviously, like I said, it's not easy to find, but you should really start to think about that, because right now it's like, it's so interesting because so many conversations I'm having. Recently I've had like a bunch of like our clients and like friends that have like college student kids be like, hey, can you talk to my kid? They're going for marketing communications. Like in the past like 2 months, I think I've spoken to like, no joke, like over 10 people.
Oh my gosh.
Like that are in college, no joke. And and they were like asking me questions, and it's just like, it made me think about my kids too, because it's like, well, you know, before it was like, go do whatever you want to do, whatever else. And it's like, now it's like, well, what is AI gonna be really driven in, right? And we know it's gonna be data, analytics, eventually, you know, more creative support. But it's like, that's why right now, I think it's more important than ever to really pin down. Like, I think it's like one of these things where if I could go back, not that I would change anything, but I would have a different style of thinking to like what I'm doing, how is it impacting my community?
Wow.
Right? Like how is it impacting like the world, right? Because like when I started adapting social, like that wasn't the initial intention. It was to help my family.
Right.
But like now when you think about this whole AI stuff and like the concerns of AI and like where AI could be going, like let's just say in a world, God forbid, right? Like they, you know, it shuts down the power, or, you know, the banking system gets screwed up, like they keep saying. And so like, you know, we don't have power for who knows how long or something, like whatever. It's like, then you go to a state where it's like the, you know, the survival state of what our ancestors lived, where it was like, you had to hunt for food and you had to like, you know, figure stuff out. And so when you think about tribal people back then, like you all played a role in your tribe to like keep everybody alive, right? Like somebody had to hunt, people had to cook, people had to take care of the kids, people had to go, you know, defend and protect, you know what I mean? So it's like, there are so many things that like, I think in the world that we're living in right now, you know, there was this one student I spoke to, which shout out to her. She was saying how like she really wants to give back and she's really driven on people. And like, she's really focused on like right now, being able to give back to people who are homeless and change that, like people who are just like stuck. And what motivated her was being in New York, right? And going to the city and just seeing people homeless all the time in the city. And so I think that's super, super nice. It's interesting. And it's like, how do you like figure out those things that can help the world are really cool. So anyway, long rant, but
it's rewarding too. That is important.
Yeah.
It's where the world's going. All right.
Let's start with the late night.
All right. Let's see here.
So we have something super interesting that I'm like really, really, really curious about. So if you haven't seen this yet, Stephen Colbert he got canceled but he has one more season. So they're giving him till the end of 2026 and everyone's going crazy about it. And it's apparently starting to show the cracks in late night TV. And when you think about it, it's so crazy because when you think about late night TV, like I personally, like, I don't know about you guys, but I personally have never, ever watched it besides Jacqueline loves Jimmy Fallon. So like, but that's so random though. We don't actually watch it. So if we're like home and we're doing something, like she'll turn on once in a while. But this whole Stephen Colbert thing, they were saying that he was making like 16 million a year.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. And the show was losing 40 to 50 million a year. That show specifically.
Gosh.
So it was like, you know, so like Dave Portnoy went on this whole rant where he was like, you know, the ball's on Steven to go out there and like essentially not like trash talk, but like, you know, kind of like combat the fact that they're shutting it down after that many years of a show that wasn't actually making money is like crazy. And then they started to say like how like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, like all these late night shows aren't doing the things that they used to do. And it makes me really think about the fact that because most people are sitting in bed on their TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't watch TV.
Yeah, not late night shows at least. And like even Jimmy Fallon, like all of those late night segments, I end up seeing on social media. That's where I catch it.
Correct.
Like the good clips of it, that's where I see it. I don't sit there and say, 100%. All right, let me put on, you know, the show. It's a lot different from, you know, growing up. You would 100%. Put on and just whatever's on TV is what you choose. Now we have Netflix and Hulu, and you get to choose what you want to watch as opposed to just like whatever's on is on. Totally. Because think about it. Late night shows back then, there was nothing. There was maybe a few channels that had, you know, something on that you would want to watch. And now you could binge watch an entire season of something if you wanted to.
Dude, I just got my life back. So Jacqueline and I were watching Love Island. She got the binge thing going. And we finally got our life back because like it's like the only time we could watch it was when the babies were sleeping. Yeah. So it was like just like super.
No wonder why you're drinking coffee now.
It's like it's not the kids. It's
you've been watching Love Island.
Yeah. But anyway, so I think to your point, I think there's a couple things. I think it's access to so much different ability of watching TV shows anywhere at your fingertips. But I also, like I said, like I like catch all my news on TikTok. Like if TikTok for real goes down, like so many people are gonna get their lives back. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. But I also won't know what's going on in the world.
I know. I think about like where before, I guess I would find it out on Facebook before, but I don't find it out on Facebook anymore.
No.
Like I used to like go on Facebook and see certain things, but like ever since I got TikTok, like I see everything, like legit, like news.
Me too.
Like AI news, like world news, like wars, like this, that, whatever. Like all that shit is on TikTok.
And people's interpretations of it, which is different from watching the news, in my opinion. Because in the news, they give you, I feel like, a blanketed statement, right? You get like little bits and clips of it. Whereas on TikTok, you'll get people who are giving you full context. They'll go back and say like, you know, this is what led up to the event. So I don't know what I would do if TikTok went down or
you get your life back.
You get your life
back. But
it's
like this is the thing though too. So like Facebook, if this is my interpretation and how I leverage it, putting business aside. It's like I feel like Facebook is for family.
Yep.
Instagram is for like direct friends, and when you explore, it's like similar interest type people and stuff. And then TikTok is for just randomness.
TikTok
like
is so random.
TikTok is doom scroll.
Yeah.
YouTube.
There's no rhyme or reason to my like. Sometimes I try to figure out the algorithm that my TikTok is on, and I can't figure it out.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know why I'm seeing some of this stuff, but I like it.
Yeah. Rob's is just Latinas. Every time I scroll on it, look at him, and he knows it. Look at it.
Rob, get out of here. You're kicked out.
Look, he's smiling ear to ear right now behind the camera right now.
My goodness.
Oh my goodness. But it's one of those things where at the end of the day, it's like, you know, people's like, you know, interpretation of like good TV. I feel like late night is not doing what it was. I'm sure the numbers are terrible on most late nights, but to your point, like I always see all the late night recaps on social media.
Yeah.
Primarily TikTok, but like I always see those recaps. But to your point, it's like for those companies to be spending billions of dollars to have that streamed on an actual public channel, like, is it worth it for a social media like post? I don't know. You know, like that's the only thing. I don't know the answer to that question, but I feel like we're in a position right now where a lot of late night is under fire because it's just not performing the way it used to.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You know what though? I know they have live audiences for a lot of those shows. It's like, I guess that's where they make their money because I can't imagine a lot of people are watching it live.
There's no, but those are small little like audiences. There's no way they're making money off that.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's zero way.
Because that's like crazy. They must all be losing money. Like when you really think about it, like they must all be losing so much money.
I think the only person who's not losing money is Andy Cohen from Bravo. Like that dude, I don't know. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who it is, but I haven't seen any of his segments.
He puts up, I'm not sure if it's every night, but I think after the shows on Bravo, he'll bring like the people who were on the show into like his, I don't even know what it's called.
In the car.
No. Like into a studio in New York. Like, but like at the end of the day, it's like people like Bravo has a cult following and they love the drama shows. Yeah. That's why with Jimmy Kimmel and those people, like, I guess like if people know like, oh, like the Rizzler went on. Which one did he go on? Did he go on Jimmy Kimmel? Fallon, right, in New York, right? So he went on Fallon, but it's like people who like know certain people will go watch. But I just like it's like they're gonna go watch the clips on social media. Like, yeah, I'm not investing the time. And what time do what time do late night shows start?
Let's see.
That I'm curious about. Is it like midnight? Is it like 11? I can't remember. But like that's I think a factor too. Is like the world we live in now. It's so funny. Like alcohol consumption is down. People are a lot more health conscious. And people are getting better sleeping habits. They're wearing wearables like the Whoop or like these cool rings. I got one of these smart rings.
You did an Oura ring?
Yeah, no, not an Oura. I got the Samsung one.
Oh.
And by the way,
do you love it? We're gonna have to talk about this more.
Yeah, I love it because with the Whoop, it's like when you're wearing like clothes like this, like our dress shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
it's so bulky,
really uncomfortable underneath this. And so I would try to sneak it up past the collar up here. And it was just weird. And it was really,
and then it's getting different vitals.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, let me get one of these ring things. But then I was like, because the Whoop you got to pay like annually for this, that, whatever. And so I was like, the Oura is still you pay monthly or annually really? For. Yeah. But the Samsung, you buy it once and it just comes in the Samsung.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, yo, let's go. Anyway, but what were we just talking about? Oh, so what time does it start?
11:35.
So it's late.
So random.
But it's late though. People are sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned like people aren't drinking as much. They're getting better sleep. I feel like we're in this like health conscious era right now where
because we have more information. Right?
Yeah.
Like people know like how bad it is to like drink and to smoke.
Yeah.
And to like, smoke and like
and so it's bronchitis and John's
and it's one of those things where it's like at the end of the day, it's like it's just obviously we're a lot more aware. So like who's watching? I'm only seeing those clips on social. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But I will say, super quick side note story. Me and Jacqueline were at Charleston Airport and saw Stephen Colbert at the airport.
You did?
When the flight was super delayed. It was actually the day before all that crazy madness happened with Newark Airport.
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
Like all those flights being delayed and that whole entire thing that happened. I forget how long it went on, but that was the day of the night before it went to chaos. We were in the airport for an extra 4 or 5 hours waiting in Charleston.
God, isn't that the worst?
It's the worst. And long story short, we're sitting there and Jacqueline's like, oh my God, that's Stephen Colbert. And I look over, I'm like, yep, that's him. And him and his wife are just sitting there. And we're like, that's crazy. And yeah, so anyway, but we saw him and now Homie's getting canceled.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
I never like late night TV anyway, but we'll see what happens.
You know what, though? I also wonder if, because that was the spot where celebrities would come on and talk about some of the drama that's going on in their life and like clear up the rumors. And now I feel like there are so many podcasts that do that for them. They like celebrities are going on podcasts. They're not going on late night talk shows as much. So it's just a different world.
Isn't it wild though that when you think about the news in general, right? Like Joe Rogan gets way more viewership on his podcast than like any and all the news networks combined.
I've learned more on Joe Rogan's podcast than I've learned on any news network.
Yeah, he absolutely crushes it.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's crazy. Cause like to your point, people just don't go on late night or like on these TV shows anymore. They go on podcasts who have millions, like Joe Rogan has millions and millions and millions and millions of followers. And it's like, speaking of the Love Island stuff, like a lot of those people went to call her daddy for a podcast.
Yeah,
right?
They did.
And she's like the biggest, like female chick, like audience podcast.
Yeah.
And it's wild. Like that's the new like news.
Or you even think about like Trump had gone on Rogan's podcast when he was campaigning. So it's like he chose that over, all of these other different networks.
Exactly.
So, really interesting world we're living in. All right. Let's talk about Google's AI call assistant. This is really interesting. So Google's coming out with the ability for their AI assistant to call local businesses on your behalf and ask the question that you need it to. So basically you can say, hey, I need you to call Adapting Social and ask them how much X services are. And so you as the business owner, you'll get a call, but it's going to sound like a robocall. So what do most people do? They hang up the phone, right? Like it's a robot. I'm not going to answer that. But it's going to genuinely be a consumer calling, like inquiring about your business. So it's really interesting to me. I feel like, one, why are you not calling yourself? Like, why are we enabling people's social anxiety by not allowing them to call? And it literally says in the article, this is going to help anybody who is unable to call. So I can see for those with disabilities who maybe you're not able to call a business and ask a question, that's one thing. But for a lot of these business owners, how are you going to differentiate what's spam versus what might be a legitimate lead? Right? Because you're getting AI calling you.
Well, and before you just wouldn't answer anything that wasn't like a person, or you wouldn't even answer like Apple has like spam blocker, so does obviously Android, and it's like, so like if you don't have if I don't have a number in my phone book, it goes to voicemail. Like my thought process is like, leave me a voicemail. Like if I don't know you, I don't have your number, like leave me a voicemail or whatever, text me, I'll get back to you. And the thought that like now it's like it could be a legitimate customer. I love that because I can't wait to see how much that pisses off Steven, and I'm gonna love every minute of it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because now it's like, oh, it's spam. I hung up right away. No, now you're gonna stay on the phone.
Yeah, you have to stay on the phone. I mean, and that brings up a good point too. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to a lot of these spam calls, because at what point, like, how do you figure spam calls have already gotten really good, right? Like there's so many people who have fell for whatever goes on those calls. Now you have to sit there and wait and try to figure out if it's a legit call or not. So really, really, really interesting. Pay attention to your calls. Don't hang up right away. If you think if you answer the phone and it's AI, just listen and see what it says.
For sure.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy that we're living in that world now.
Really crazy.
Yeah.
So like that's like the business owner side of my brain is like, oh my gosh, how are you going to track your leads? And then on the other side, consumer side, I'm like, oh cool. When I'm really busy during the day, I could be like, hey, can you call the vet and ask them X, Y, and Z for me while I'm sitting here?
That part's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But with this, apparently with the new GPT agent, like they're saying that like it can like book reservations for you and like do stuff, not calling, but
book
go on
it
the
online.
website. It's like do active things like that for you.
Wow.
So I'm interested to see that and how that works. But like the calling aspect of it, it's like, does that, so like, it's like if you have to call the insurance company, you're on for like forever, or like, you know what I mean? Like those things that you're like waiting forever, or slash like annoying calls and stuff. You know, like I heard something over the weekend about like how right now people are worried about AI attorneys, and in the actual like laws that we have for the law in America, or like just our justice system, our judicial system, it's all like you can't have non-humans based on the way that the laws were written, right? You have to have a judge, you have to have blah blah whatever. So it's like when you think about these AI people or agents, better yet, like calling and like trying to speak on behalf of you, some restaurants are going to be like, I'm not doing that. You have to call yourself. Just book online or do whatever.
100%.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that starts to take effect too.
Well, especially when it comes to, like you said, insurance or medical, or like people who, when you're sitting there waiting really long for somebody to answer, and then it ends up being sensitive information, they may get booted off the call anyway, because you can't talk about some of those things with a robot. So, yeah, it's going to be really, I'm so intrigued to see where our world goes in the next few years.
Yeah, totally.
It's going to be very interesting. All right. Let's talk about this $80 million AI acquisition.
So this actually blew my freaking mind. So this is one of the first ones, at least publicly, that made headline. So Wix acquired Base 44, and it's an AI startup that started 6 months ago. Yes, 6 months ago, and has a team of between 3 and 6 people on it, and just got acquired for $80 million.
Wait, I didn't know Wix is the one that acquired them.
Wix acquired
them. Go Wix.
Yeah. But it's
proud partners over here.
Yeah, hell yeah. But when you think about that, it's crazy, because when you put that into perspective, it took 6 months only. When you think about how long people have to build businesses for. Some people build a business for over a decade, 2 decades before they'll ever even sell for 5 million, or like if they're lucky, you know what I mean? And the fact that they just sold like this AI company in 6 months with minimal people on the team, right? Way under 10 people on the team for $80 million. It's like the first of what I think many is going to be with this whole AI revolution.
That is a
but just when you think about that owner, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Or whoever the founders, and you know, I don't know if it's all founders of the team, but I know it's a very, very small, like lean team. And they just sold for 80 mil.
That's crazy.
In 6 months.
And again, like I think we talked about this last week, you have to think about how much money Wix is projecting to make based off of acquiring that. Because if you're paying $80 million for a company, you're going to hope that you get double, triple, quadruple that in return, right? Over the next few years.
100%.
So it's wild to hear how much money people are investing in a lot of these AI platforms and acquiring them and making sure that it's within their own house.
100%. But definitely crazy. That's like something huge right now. That like, again, like, people are, you know, not that we're sleeping on AI, but we're just seeing that in 6 months that somebody could do that. It's just nuts. So it's going to be crazy to see what else happens. But I think that's the start of many acquisitions in the AI space.
Crazy.
We're going to start to see, but 6 months, 80 mil, mind blown.
Wild. Let's talk about Grok 4 updates.
Yeah. So right now we got my guy, Elon Musk, who's like, I'm going to start taking AI seriously. Before I was like kind of like messing around. Yeah. He just put out, you know,
he said he was messing around. That is,
he didn't say the words directly, but he was just like, I haven't been taking it seriously, but now I'm going to. So I'm going all in on AI. And, you know, he put out, you know, on X that he recently, like, that Grok surpassed all AI models, you know, in different things like math, you know, sciences, different stuff like that. So he's predicting that he's going to be way past ChatGPT, which is crazy because he is a founder of OpenAI. So it's still so crazy that like, if you don't know that, Elon Musk was one of the initial funders or investors and founder of OpenAI.
And then did they booted him out though, right? Or did he step away?
I'm not sure exactly what happened. You want to look that up?
Yeah, let me
but
see.
I know that I know recently, very publicly, he's been against OpenAI because they created it. So it was an open source. So people can go into it and help make it better. And apparently Sam Altman has made it closed source so that nobody can go in and just edit it and do different things like that and contribute and leverage, the technology.
Yeah, he left on his own because he disagreed with the direction that OpenAI was heading in and felt like it conflicted with the world, basically. I think it came down to ethics, like the same thing that they've been battling with for however long. He ended up leaving for. But I don't know. So I've only used Grok a few times, and I honestly like ChatGPT better than Grok. And I don't know if it's because it's just like what I'm native to. Do you use Grok a lot?
So I've been using it a lot more recently. I just like testing. I test all of them.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is my native one, but I'm starting to like lean away from it, especially after my testing. So like I'm testing it hours a day. And recently I was asking it a question about Vincenzo and his heart condition. And and it said to me, before it responded to me, it started the opening line of, "John, as a father myself, I can understand where you're coming from."
I remember you saying this, yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Why?" I was like, "Why are you saying you're a father? You're clearly not a father." And it was like, "Oh, my bad. You're right. I'm not a father, but I was trying to be empathetic." And I was like, "Yeah, but like, that's you lying."
Like, that is why, like, so bizarre.
Like, there's empathy. Empathy is one thing. Like, hey, I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But telling me you're a father as well blew my mind. I was like, what? So, so essentially, then I just been taking notes on every time it like fucks up.
Yeah.
That was a huge one though, because like what, like the fact, like what do you expect? Like I said to her, do you expect me to think like you empathetically saying that I'm gonna believe that? Because now I think you're bullshit. And it was like, yeah, my bad. I was using empathy. I won't use it again. Blah, whatever. And then I was asking it different questions. Like me and my friends, me and my friend who owns a business, we're looking up just different like tax things, and it gave me a piece of information that was actually not true.
Oh.
And it said something that expired in 2018.
Oh no. And
I knew it. I knew that it expired in 2018. So I called it out, and it was like, "You're right. Blah 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 blah. My bad." And this is the problem. It's like, it's just like, "Oh, my bad." But the biggest issue that I have right now with ChatGPT and just generally AI models, but mainly because obviously most people use ChatGPT, is that the biggest issue with ChatGPT is that it is almost like it makes you narcissistic. Because when you talk to a person, or when you're trying to get validation from something, right? You're asking it a question, right? Like for instance, like anytime I'm looking for questions about Vincenzo's heart condition, in the back of my mind, I always want this thing to be like, it's okay, he's fine, you're good, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And 99% of the time, right, it does do stuff like that. It tells me things that I want to hear.
Yeah.
Now, literally, Grok's model and its whole tagline is truth seeking. So, like when I ask the same exact questions to it, it doesn't tell me what I want to hear. It gives me this like straight up answer. Right.
That's interesting.
So that's the problem. And there's like a whole study going around about how with AI that it is building narcissism, because it's like you're getting back what you want to hear, and you get back the validations you want to hear from it. And it knows because it wants to please you. So it's telling you, you're asking questions in a certain way, and it's giving you answers in a certain way. And it wants you, and you're looking for those validations. And that's why for people out there, like if you don't take anything away from this whole rise and grind, the one thing I want you to do is go into your settings. Okay. And this is for you too. I don't know, you probably don't even have this in your settings, but go into your ChatGPT settings. And when you go to the area where it's like preferences and things to know about me, put in there that I am truth seeking, I'm a deep researcher, and I'm highly skeptical. And I don't want you to ever empathetically lie to me. When you put those things in every time, because after that, it had that like delusional moment.
Yeah.
I added the last piece, but before it was like, I'm a deep researcher, like I'm skeptical and like I'm somebody who, you know, is like, I don't want you to empathetically lie to me. It answers every time you ask a question, it factors those things into it. And it'll, instead of it just giving me an answer, it knows that John's a deep researcher. I'm skeptical, and I'm a professional and expert. So it answers with those things in mind, and that is huge because then it's not going to give you BS. At least not as much. Whereas with Grok, I feel like a lot of those things are already built into it because of it. And Grok's not afraid to Grok's not like afraid to like toe the line, right? Because it's so truth seeking.
Right.
So again, like I don't use it to like talk about politics or anything like that because that's not my world. When I'm asking very serious questions about business or, you know, my kids or like, you know, like health things, vitamins, whatever else, like the answers that I'm getting from both are definitely different. But I'm training ChatGPT to be better for me, right?
Yeah.
Because like, again, it's coming up with delusional answers. It's coming up with different things. So anyway, I think right now there's a lot more. Grok is definitely behind in a lot of ways than OpenAI, but I think it's catching up. But I just ultimately think that like now that Elon made that public statement last week that like I'm going to be taking AI seriously, everyone knows like he's the Einstein of our time.
Yeah.
So like if he said that, we're about to watch Grok soar.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Yeah,
definitely keep an eye on that. It's gonna be interesting.
All right. We have to talk about these viral moments that have been happening, like the one with Coldplay.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's everywhere.
It is everywhere. Like
that's legit everywhere.
Really everywhere. But so obviously, you know, short little clip ended up going completely viral, but there's so much relevance behind remixing the content that goes viral. And
brands are taking advantage of that shit hard.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. You know, brands are using it. I even see other artists now using the same clip in their own, being like, you know, this is what we won't do, or like things of that sort. So, but it's really interesting to see how something that, you know, it was like a 30-second clip blew up. And then I didn't even know Coldplay was touring. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I love Coldplay. Yeah. I haven't heard about Coldplay in so long. Now so many people are talking about Coldplay. And then you're seeing clips.
We have a lot of artists though too. You have a lot of artists now saying like, listen, I don't think if you brought your side piece here, they're like this one band, I think it was who the hell was it? Oh my gosh, the country singer. Morgan Wallen. He goes, guys, if you hear your side pieces, like I think you're safe. He's like, I don't know, right? But like that's now even so artists are saying it.
Yeah, I saw one of the DJs that I follow is like, if you're having an affair, go to a rave because it's dark and there's a lot of lights and no one can see you and we don't have kiss cams. And it's just so funny that so many people are taking that and putting a spin on it.
So crazy.
And then you have another piece of viral content. Did you see that there was going to be Uno tables at casinos in Vegas?
No.
That ended up going viral. I don't know how it got started, but it ended up blowing up. People were actually planning trips to Vegas specifically for these Uno tables. My God. And then Uno came out a few days later on Instagram and basically was like, hey, this is not real. We security is really tight at casinos, but we're going to be releasing these Uno social clubs, which are essentially pop-ups. They're going to have Uno themed drinks and tournaments in like a bunch of major cities.
Like the card game?
Yeah.
That's
like the
fantastic.
card game. And so, but it's so interesting. Again, like that was something, it was probably a joke that someone put together that so quickly went viral and it ended up benefiting Uno as a company. When was the last time you heard somebody talking about Uno?
I haven't played Uno since COVID.
Yeah, like I haven't.
Like 2020 COVID.
And it's so interesting to see these kind of spikes in popularity when something does go viral, right? Like everyone's talking about Coldplay. Everyone's talking about Uno right now. And a lot of other brands were also doing spinoffs of like, oh, if Uno is going to be on a casino floor, like, you know, we can be on a casino floor. And
I'm only going to play Goldfish.
To play Goldfish. Yeah, like where are those kind of casino games?
I don't know, but sign me up. Did you know they opened up a Dave & Buster's in Freehold?
I heard that, but I don't know where it is.
If you live in Jersey in the Freehold area, I'm crushing Dave and Buster's.
We should go. That should be our next happy hour.
Actually, good point.
Right?
Wouldn't that be fun? Why not?
Yeah, right? That would be so much fun rather than just standing around having drinks.
Well, time out. But the one thing I just want to say though, when you think about it, and like I know zilch, zero, nothing about astronomy, right? That's the whole like zodiac sign shit. Is that is?
Yeah, astronomy. Well, kind of. Yeah, it's like the stars, astronomy.
So is that company that those people?
Astronomer. Astrology. Thanks, Rob. Astrology is.
But what were those people that just got caught?
They're from astronomer, which is.
Let's see, because I'm just curious. Because if it's the zodiac sign thing and they wound up getting like fucking caught, like what, dude? Like that whole thing racks my brain.
So they're a data operations company, basically. So it's just the name of the company.
Okay. So anyways, all right. So I thought these guys were like freaking like Libras and like Sagittariuses, like that type of company. What is that called? Zodiac, right?
Astrology.
Astrology is what that's called. Dang. See, I screwed that up.
Yeah.
That would have been so much better. It's like
John is going around this weekend.
This night, the stars aligned and like the wind is in your favor.
Oh my!
Like all those things you read like in the news and like in those apps and stuff. Do you look up that stuff?
Oh yeah, all the time. I have CoStar. Do you have CoStar?
Do you look that up? Okay.
Come on, guys, get on the bandwagon.
What's the star?
Download CoStar, and it'll tell you day by day what your day's going to experience.
Oh my god!
Based on your birth chart, and it's really cool. But I'm into that stuff. Like you got to be into it to.
Oh my god!
To actually really like.
You actually believe that shit?
I don't believe. Well, so I don't.
She does it. She does.
I don't base my entire day.
This is a face of somebody who believes it.
What?
Do a little Zoom job, bro. This is the face of somebody who believes it. No, a lot of people do.
But I don't base my day off of like, oh, this is what this is what it said it was going to be. But I do kind of reflect. Like I'll look at it at the end of the day and reflect back on if it was relevant or not to me. But yeah, that's crazy. That
I just love when we're in a situation though where people are like, yo, what is it called?
What, astrology?
When you read it though, like
your horoscope.
Oh, your horoscope. That's what it's called. When you read your daily horoscope, you're like, oh my god, it said that today I was gonna have a crazy interaction and I got into a fight today. It's like people are. I mean,
sometimes it is pretty relevant.
It's so greatly general though.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty general.
So it's how you accurately general.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But yeah. Jump on viral moments to create some relevance. Yeah. I mean, it was the same thing we talked about, the whole like mamacita trend, and Heinz jumped on it. There were so many brands that jumped on that trend too. So it's like, even if something seems pop culture related and it's going viral and maybe you're having trouble relating it back to your business, find a way, even if it's silly, because it's going to make you, more relevant to your customers.
I love it.
All right. Last topic. RayBan Meta glasses update.
All right, Yo, Rob is on those 1s and 2s heavy today. You see that?
Yeah.
When you breathe, he popped it on you.
Yeah.
Like, be careful. Don't breathe too much.
I thought there was a sensor here.
I know. But so I got the RayBan Meta glasses. Got them. When the hell did I go to Charleston? Like 3 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, just about 3 months ago.
Something like that. And when I got back, I was like super pumped about it. And like, I think total, I've used them maybe under 10 times, right? In 3 months.
You've been what?
I've used them only like 10 times so far, maybe a little bit less, right?
I love when you use it and post it on your stories.
I know. So like, that's why I'm trying to push myself. So I did it this weekend. I was like, all right, let me put these things on. Let me get them. Because like, I mainly got them because I wanted to like capture shit with my kids and like, cool stuff that like I wouldn't be able to grab. So I do bring them places. But it's just like the practical, like if I had a prescription, if I was blind like you, by the way, zoom in on Megan again. Bifocals. Those things are.
Bifocals means I can't see in front of me. Yeah, I can't see in front of me.
Guys, those things are like bulletproof glass. Bulletproof.
Yeah.
You thought the Tesla was bulletproof?
Check out my glasses.
Anytime a sitting president's coming into town and they need to protect her face, they call Meg.
Yeah. I lease them out.
Anyway, but so if I had I think that would make sense for somebody like you, right? Where it's like if you have a legitimate prescription and it's like you wear glasses all day and they have to be on your head, that's a completely different story. But for me, because it's like I got the ones where it's like when you're inside, they're clear. When you're outside, they go to dark. And it's like, but like they're not blue screen,
blue light.
Blue light. They're not blue light. So it's like, I don't know.
You're just wearing random glasses.
That's what I'm saying. It's just wearing glasses randomly. And so like I don't really wear them often. So I don't know. I think
you should though. Cool. I love it. I especially when you post, because okay, so to me as an outsider perspective, when you post on your story with the glasses, it feels like I'm there experiencing the moment with you.
Right.
And the perspective that you have, it's so much different from your phone because it is on your glasses. Like the one that you posted this weekend of, I think it was Johnny in the pool or something like that. Oh my God, my heart melted because it was like, wow, this feels so real. It feels like you're watching it through your eyes, which is something so unique. Super cool.
That's why I like it. I like the thought of it. But my point though is like it's just tough for people who like don't wear glasses all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't know, but I will say though, I do like the charging capabilities and stuff. Anyway, my update is this. So far, I like them in the moments that like make sense. Like if I know I'm going to like I went to like a carnival with the kids, like that was dope because I would just like be recording shit and like not have to like to pull my phone out.
Yeah.
Super cool. But like for the 80% or 90% of my life, I have no use for them. And they can't get wet. So like when I wore them in the pool the other day, like it was like, you know, I could potentially ruin the glasses because they're not meant to get wet.
That's so everything I feel like is waterproof nowadays. Like our phones are waterproof. True,
right,
like the glasses should be waterproof.
As they say, water resistant.
Water resistant. Yeah.
Resistant. So, but those glasses are straight up at it. Because when I was in the pool, I was like, hey, can these get wet? He's like, fuck no. In my head, they're like, hell no. But so
maybe some adjustments and then they'll be.
I just think if you're somebody, so my point is this: so far, as somebody who is non-glasses, perfect 20/20 vision, not blind like Megan, it's straight up like not as useful in your day to day.
Yeah.
But if you do have prescription, I think it's so super useful because like right now in your head, like while you're just sitting here with your glasses doing your normal shit, you can just be like, hey, what, like perfect example, like when I was outside with Johnny, I was like, what's the UV index right now? Like random question, like it gave me the answer. Like anything I would ask it, it's like having an AI assistant. But bottom line, it's like if you don't have a need for glasses all the time, it's not really as relevant.
Yeah, I can see that. I wanted them so badly when I was at Electric Forest. That was like the one place that I was like, I really should have had. I know when I was there,
popped your
I didn't want to keep pulling my phone out, right? And it's just not the same. And yeah, I feel like they're a good investment if you don't mind having glasses on your head if you're not going to be wearing them. I wonder if they make prescription ones.
They do.
Oh,
they do. It's relevant for you, but I think the ones that Google's coming out with, remember that whole thing where it remembers what all your shit is? That's crazy.
That one.
But it records your whole day.
See, I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that. There was a Black Mirror episode about that where
you love this Black Mirror thing.
You need to watch. You need to watch.
I'm done with TV now. This whole Love Island thing's done. I'm never watching TV again.
You need to watch. You need to watch that and The Gilded Age, and you'll be good. You'll be set for
I'm done
until
with TV.
Christmas. But yeah, that I'm a little nervous because it's like it's recording everything. And you don't want everything recorded, you know? Like I don't want every single second of my life recorded.
Right. See, like what would be great though is like if you could like almost some people will probably live stream. Like if you always live stream people.
Yeah.
Like they obviously want to see them, but like I feel like some of these people like can just live stream through their glasses and they're wearing them all day.
Right.
Right. Also, that's the thing too, the RayBan Meta glasses, if you wear them all day, the battery does die quick. That I have noticed. Again, I only wear them like with kid moments, so like I'm pretty good typically, and they charge pretty well in the glasses case. But like that was the one thing with the Oakley Ray-Bans that are coming out. Apparently they're a longer battery, more water resistant, and blah blah blah. Like that's cool to me. If I can go underwater, like and jump in the pool, like and like just sweat or like work out and like be able to wear those things, like that's cool. But like outside of that, it's no bueno.
Well, I'm gonna have to get a pair.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'll just wait until the
till you get
newest one comes out, and
because
then
you wear them all day, so they'll die.
Yeah. Quickly. Yeah, they would definitely die pretty quickly.
All right, y'all. So I think that's all she wrote.
It sure is.
Happy Monday. I hope everybody crushes their week ahead. And Meg, want to hit us with some motivation?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling so super motivated.
I know, Megan.
You know
Megan's
what?
Coming
though?
off being sick. Hit us with something, Meg.
Well, I guess my motivation is take care of your health, because I am coming off from being sick, and you never realize how much you take your health for granted until you're not feeling 100%. And it's like, especially when you're busy and you have a million things to do and you're trying to push through and you're not feeling well, it's like, I would have so much rather have been proactive in taking care of my health rather than trying to push through. And like, it just ends up being a domino effect. So no matter how busy you are, drink your water, take your vitamins, go for a walk, get proper sleep, eat a good meal, and just take care of your health, because you're going to be a lot more stressed out if you're busy and not feeling well.
Facts. No lies detected. Yep. The only thing I will add on that is it's crazy how important sleep is.
Oh yeah.
It is freaking crazy. And as somebody who, when I was younger and building AS, and I was like, sleep when you die.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that person. I'm like, John, what was wrong with you? Like, I know you need those moments when you're younger, but it's like, if I don't get good sleep, I am a shell of myself.
Yeah.
If I get great sleep, I could take on anything.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like, sleep is so damn important. So hopefully get some good sleep this week, guys. Happy Monday. We'll see you back next week.